Guide to the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. The Suit of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. It's all good. There is unlimited potential for unlimited success. A young witch holds up a magical coin. In the background, the sun is rising on a beautiful day. Even the cat radiates contentment. The Ace of Pentacles is all about the good stuff. Luck, opportunity, joy, you name it. If it is something good, this card may be bringing it your way. Because the Pentacles tend to represent prosperity, career, and home, this card may be an indication of good news having something to do with one of those. Maybe it is just an indication that things are going in the direction that you were hoping for. No matter what, if this card shows up in your reading, you can be pretty sure it is carrying good news with it. If it is the future card at the end of the reading, then everything is coming up roses. Things to consider. If you asked a question and got the Ace of Pentacles in response, the answer is almost certainly a resounding yes. No matter where it falls in a reading, this card is positive. Now you just need to figure out how you are going to make the most out of the opportunities that are coming your way. Two of Pentacles. Life is a balancing act. Work and play, striving and resting, all things have their time and place. We all try to live a balanced life, but let's face it, few of us succeed. Like the witch on the card, we do our best to keep everything in sync, but life is full of unexpected challenges, and as soon as we think we've got it all together, something new is thrown into the mix and we are back to trying to find an even footing. The truth is, no one ever manages to maintain perfect balance for long. All we can do is keep on trying and do our best to face the real world issues we all confront. Things to consider. Sometimes this card shows up to remind us that we need to focus a little more attention on balance. Are you working too much and playing too little? Is all of your focus on one area of your life to the detriment of the others? Then it could be that you need to shift things around a bit. On the other hand, maybe this card is an indication that you are worrying too much about getting everything right all the time. If that sounds like you, perhaps the Two of Pentacles has shown up to remind you to cut yourself a little slack. No one gets it right all the time, and that's okay. Three of Pentacles. Working together, we can create something wonderful. Many hands make light work as long as you share a common purpose and a vision, and everyone plays nice. Three witches are coming together to create something even greater than they could make on their own. Their cats clearly approve. It can be hard to work with others, but the rewards are worth the trouble of trying to make differing viewpoints mesh. After all, they don't say two heads are better than one for nothing. If you are involved in a project with others, or trying to deal with family issues, for instance, try to see where everyone else involved is coming from and keep an open mind. Just because someone doesn't think just like you do doesn't make their ideas any less valid or useful. After all, it takes many instruments to make an orchestra, and oh, how beautiful the music. Things to consider. If this card shows up in a reading, it is an indication that you are either presently involved with others in a way that requires cooperation, or you soon will be. This is almost always a good thing and a gift to be appreciated. Who are you working with? And are you doing your best to be a part of the team? Is there anything you could do to make the interaction go more smoothly? Is there someone who is not working well with others? If so, what is your best way to deal with this fact in a productive and useful manner? Four of Pentacles. Fear of not having enough may be more harmful than the lack itself. It is good to be cautious and careful with what we have, but there is such a thing as holding on too tightly. This goes for emotions as well as money. The poor witch on the Four of Pentacles is clearly worried about money. The funny thing is, he probably has more than enough for what he needs, but he is so sure he doesn't or won't in the future that all he does is fret about it. That's not much of a way to live. Money is important. You only have to deal with the lack of it to find out that's true. Still, if all you do is worry about having enough money, you're probably not going to have much of a life either. So how much money is enough? And is there such a thing as too much focus on security? Things to consider. Not having enough money can be scary. The question you need to ask yourself is this: how much do I need to be truly okay? Are your financial concerns real? And maybe they are. Or are they based on a perception of lack because of past experience or fears for the future? Sometimes we hold so tightly to what we perceive as necessary that we miss the big picture. If this card shows up in your reading, you may want to take a closer look at how you are dealing with your financial issues and how much your emotions are coloring your attitude toward money. Five of Pentacles. Baby, it's cold outside. Sometimes times are tough. Hang in there. Things will get better, and you are not as alone as you feel. A witch, her young companion, and her cat struggle through a cold, snowy night. They can see shelter ahead, but will they be welcome there, or will they be left out in the cold? Chances are, if this card has shown up in your reading, you've been having a rough time, probably with money issues, but there could be health problems or other challenges too. Let's face it, you're not in a happy place. You may be feeling desolate and alone and helpless, as if this reality is the only one you will ever know. But take heart, for this too shall pass. Perhaps there is a glimmer of hope in the midst of darkness, and you are simply too weary to see it. Things to consider. If you feel like the poor witches in this picture, you've probably been having a difficult time. Right about now, it may be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but rest assured, there is one. It can be hard, but try to maintain a positive attitude and have faith. You're not as alone as you might think. If this card refers to someone else, can you shine a little light in their darkness? Don't give up hope, no matter how bleak things may seem. Six of Pentacles. It is better to give than to receive, but receiving is okay too. If you have enough to spare, it is good karma to be generous, and it is not a sign of weakness to accept help if you really need it. This card has two meanings and can be interpreted differently, depending on your situation. You can see from the picture that the witch who has plenty is sharing with others who have less. She isn't giving charity because she is superior, but rather she is getting joy from the fact that she has enough prosperity and good luck that she can afford to be generous. Those who are benefiting from her gifts are not beggars, merely people who are having a tough time or needing a helping hand. The young man may be heading off to university where he will learn great things, so someday he can help others. The crone may have spent her younger years in service but is no longer able to work. There is no shame in accepting help if you need it, and great satisfaction may be derived from helping others when you have the chance. Things to consider. Are there those around you who need your assistance, monetary or otherwise? Perhaps now is the time to give back to family or community, or simply walk the talk of your spiritual path by showing generosity and kindness to others. Are you in need of help but too proud to take it? Even if there are those who are willing to freely give it? Remember that giving is a cycle, and if you have to take help now, you can always pass it on to someone else when things get better. Accepting assistance during a tough time doesn't make you any less, and it just might bring joy to the person you allow to help you. 7 of Pentacles. How does your garden grow? At a certain point in any endeavor, it is good to stop and take stock. But sometimes all you can do is wait for things to come to fruition. You've planted the seeds and tended the growing shoots to the best of your ability. Now all you can do is wait and see how things turn out. The 7 of Pentacles isn't about making more effort. The time for that has passed. Now is when you take a good look at what you've accomplished and assess it as thoroughly as you can. Are the results what you hoped for? Will your efforts continue to grow and prosper? Only time will tell for sure, but the 7 of Pentacles is an indication that you are getting close to seeing what harvest your hard work will bear. Things to consider. Do you have any long-term projects coming to fruition? Have you been waiting for something important? Odds are this card means that you are getting close. But resist the urge to push harder in the hopes of making things happen faster. It won't help, and it might hurt. If you are on the verge of something, you may need to be patient and wait to see what happens. But the 7 of Pentacles is a good sign, so you might want to take a deep breath and try to relax. 8 of Pentacles. Hard work is its own reward. Diligence and attention to detail help to hone our skills and lay the building blocks for a successful future. If you could talk to the witch on this card, she would probably say something like, anything worth doing is worth doing well. The 8 of Pentacles isn't just about working for money or success. It is about bringing your best self to the task. There is satisfaction to be gained from knowing you are doing the best job possible, whether or not you are getting rich doing it. This card is about bringing passion to your work, whether it is something professional, a craft, or even tending a garden. Put your heart and soul into whatever you do, and success is sure to follow. Things to consider. Are your work and your passion the same thing? If they're not, are you doing your best anyway? Can you find ways to make your effort be its own reward? What do you work at that makes you happy or proud or both? What do you work at? Is there a challenge in your work? Something that will help you develop skills that will serve you later? If you feel as though you are not being appreciated for your efforts, is there a way to step up your game a notch? And don't forget to be proud of yourself, no matter what others think. Nine of Pentacles. I create my own success, and all is well in my world. There is a certain satisfaction to be had in knowing that you have earned everything you have through your own efforts. You've worked hard, and now that work is finally paying off. Congratulations. Whenever the Nine of Pentacles appears, it indicates a time when you can relax a little and bask in your achievements. Not that you can stop working altogether, of course, since the world doesn't stand still, but maybe slow down a bit and catch your breath. Even treat yourself to something special as a pat on the back. You deserve a lot of credit, so be sure to give it to yourself. Things to consider. The Nine of Pentacles may reflect current success or be an indication that such success is soon to come. Either way, it refers to goals you've achieved through your own efforts and merit. You made it happen or are working on making it happen. Are you giving yourself enough credit? If you've been pushing towards some goal, are you giving yourself a chance to rest and recover before you move on to the next one? Have you spent so much time and energy focused on your endeavors that you've been ignoring people or things that are important? If so, now might be a time to remedy that. 10 of Pentacles. And they all lived happily ever after. Happiness is more than money. Success is more than wealth. Abundance comes in many forms. Be sure you live each moment to the fullest, especially those shared with others. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but a certain level of financial security can definitely make it easier to relax and enjoy what you have. The 10 of Pentacles is an indication that you have or will attain your desires. It looks like everything is finally coming up roses. Just remember that roses have a life cycle too, and nothing living stays at its peak forever. Enjoy the good days while you are living them, and let the strengths you derive from home and success help you be even better prepared for whatever life will throw at you next. Things to consider. This card is all about getting what you want and reveling in it. So you might want to ask yourself what you really want. Do you have it or some reasonable version of it? If so, make sure that you are taking the time and energy to appreciate it. Spend more time with those you love, doing what you love to do. Enjoy your work as much as your play. If you are still striving, this card is encouragement. It says you're getting there. Keep at it. Success is just around the corner, or maybe across the street, down the block, and then around the corner, but keep plugging away at it. You are definitely on the right track. Page of Pentacles. I am eager to see what the future holds. My path is wide open and I am prepared for new adventures. The Page of Pentacles is ready and eager to get started down a new road. He or she may be young or merely young in spirit and experience, about to begin something different from whatever has been done in the past. The page may represent a new job, a new direction for success and prosperity, or a younger person who is depending on you to act as a guide or mentor. The Page of Pentacles is the best prepared of all of the pages for what lies ahead. But don't mistake preparation for knowledge. The pages sometimes stumble and fall, but they can teach you things along the way if you are paying attention. Things to consider. If there is someone young or young at heart who is depending on you at work or in some kind of financial way, This could represent one or more of your children if you have them. If so, make sure that whatever help you give them leads them in the direction of their own independence. If this card represents you or something specific in your life, have you been considering starting a new endeavor or beginning over again in a new career? Now might be the time to go for it. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. I have all the tools I need for a prosperous and successful future. A young knight sets off on an adventure. You can see he isn't in a hurry and he has packed all his tools so he is prepared for what lies ahead. The Knight of Pentacles, like all knights, is about forward movement of some kind. Unlike the others, however, the Knight of Pentacles never rushes in. He plans out his goals and his approach, and he does his research to be sure of his path before he takes even one step. That doesn't make him any less powerful, however, just slower and more methodical. This can be a good thing, especially if you have a tendency to get carried away. The knight's energy is strong and sure, and no less an instrument for change than the other knights, just more planning ahead and less charging ahead, no matter what the obstacles are. Things to consider. If this card represents you in a reading, it is a twofold suggestion. One, that it is time to make changes and move forward in your life, and two, that you need to do so cautiously and methodically, checking into all your options before making a final decision on which direction to take. Are you rushing into something too fast? This is a reminder to take a breath and slow down. Not moving at all for fear of getting it wrong? Then consider whether or not you have all your ducks in a row. And if you do, then take the first step in a new direction, confident in your own ability to handle whatever comes. Keep your eye on the prize further down the road, starting with small steps if that is all you can do right now. If the Knight of Pentacles is someone else, then you can probably depend on this person to help you get where you want to go. Just try to be patient because it isn't going to happen overnight. Queen of Pentacles. Prosperity and abundance come in many forms. You have everything you need and most of what you want. Life is full of gifts if you open your heart and spirit to them. This queen is at ease on her wooden throne, which still has its roots in the dirt. She has abundance in many forms and radiates a calm serenity that shows she is rooted too. A mama cat and her kittens play joyfully at her feet. Prosperity is as much a state of mind as it is the state of your bank account. There is abundance all around you and people who will help you achieve your goals. If you are rooted in the earth and tuned into the glory of the world around you, it is that much more likely that you too will blossom and grow. Be the queen of your own domain, but rule with love and an open heart. Things to consider. Do you appreciate the riches in your life, whatever form they take? Are you open to new opportunities? Are you fully present in your own life? How can you make the most of the possibilities available to you now? And how can you prepare for any new possibilities that lie ahead? Embrace your own power without fear. Be open to help from others who are willing to work for your benefit. Remember that prosperity doesn't have to mean money. King of Pentacles. You can have your cake and eat it too. Work hard, do good for others, and all will be well. This king is clearly successful and also rooted in the earth. He knows that it is important to savor the good things in life, such as animal companions, wine, and chocolate cake. The King of Pentacles represents prosperity and abundance, but more than that, his strength comes from being strongly rooted in his own success and the success of those around him. The king can represent your own financial situation, or he can indicate a strong male figure who is willing to help you achieve prosperity and security, whether on the job or at home. Things to consider. The kings are all strong male figures, but that doesn't mean that a king card can't represent a woman, although it is less common. If this card falls at a place in the reading where it stands for you, it indicates that your focus is on success and money. This isn't a bad thing, but be careful not to let your desire for security or nice belongings sweep you away. If there is a king figure in your life, husband, father, boss, are you taking full advantage of the gifts he is offering you? And is what he offers you truly what you want?